This is the Peter Pan story. Peter Pan is this magical boy. Pan is the god of everything, roughly speaking. It's not an accident that he has the name Pan. And he's the boy that won't grow up. And he's magical. Well, that's because children are magical.
Welcome, Zoobox Nation, to another episode of Zoobox Goes to the Movies. That's right. We're still doing it. We're still talking. We're watching movies. We're talking about movies. Just like life. Just like regular Zoobox, except only about movies.
Yep.
There's Dan.
That's what we do.
My resident co-host here. He's always faithful. My always faithful companion. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
He's a ride or die guy.
Ride or die.
The whole episode, I'm just going to talk about you as if you're not here.
Okay.
I'll just and Dan had this opinion. Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about Ad Astra, which if you're a loyal listener, you'll know is one of my favorite movies from 2019. It made my number 2 in my top 10. Really love this movie, and I was always encouraging Dan to watch it. He finally did.
Well, once you got it on Vudu, I kind of was like, all right.
He's like, well, if I'm going to ride them high digital seas and remember it.
Yeah.
That's true. I honestly, sometimes I buy things just because I'm like, maybe Dan will watch this.
I will watch whatever you put on there, probably.
Yeah, but before we get into Ad Astra, our movie du jour, let's talk about a new trailer dropped today. So we're recording this on the 13th of February. This will be coming out the next Wednesday. But so a new trailer dropped today for The Green Knight, which is kind of looks like a version of Sir Gawain in The Green Knight, the Arthurian legend. Is directed by David Lowery, who is kind of a very an indie darling. He directed this movie called A Ghost Story, which is famous for Casey Affleck was in it, but you never really see him. He's just under a sheet the whole time.
Really?
Yeah. He's just there, literally in a ghost, like a little kid's ghost costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did he get it?
It could have been anybody. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't really do much.
My only question is was he, at least, was it a good performance from under the sheet, as they say?
Yeah, it was.
Okay,
yeah, Rooney Mara is the other main co-star of that movie.
So you would say that he should have been nominated for a supporting actor.
No, he's the main star. Award. He's in almost every frame.
I was going to say it's a lot better than Laura
ghost.
Dern in A Marriage Story.
Yeah, the other Oscar scandals left and right.
Ah, dude, it's such trash. What a trash.
Films in Korean languages winning awards. God damn, this is about America, baby.
Well, I mean, before we get into the Green Knight. All right, well, actually, let's save that for the end. Let's talk about the Academy Awards at the end.
You want to do? Okay.
Yeah, just so if you guys want to stick around, we'll talk about the Go Woke, Go Broke.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'm down for that. I'm down for that. I got some thoughts. I have some thoughts.
All right.
All right. So Green Knight. So this, I said, that movie. He directed A Ghost Story. He also directed what is purported to be Robert Redford's last movie. It's called The Old Man and the Gun. That was his last one he did.
Tom Waits isn't that right?
I think so. He has.
I didn't watch it.
It's not bad. I watched it when it first came out, so it's a little fuzzy in my memory. Not super memorable. I would call it like a Richard Jewell. Now, see if you're a Zoobox listener, that's code for a solid movie, but it is what it is. It's a good movie. I would say, you know what? I did not think I was gonna like A Ghost Story. I thought that was gonna be super fucking pretentious and stupid. I ended up feeling it very moving and very.
Would you put it on the same level as Stir of Echoes? Like
no, it's it's
awesome.
It's artsy ghost story. It's about the idea of your legacy, what you leave behind. Every fucking movie is now, because we have a generation of men in crisis, and they're all like, "What does it mean to be a man?" Everybody like so that's what everybody's
Yeah.
doing. So the ghost story is kind of about that. Like, what does that mean in the long term to have existed? Like, does it mean anything? Anyway, so that's kind of a ghost. That's a little preview for you if you want to check out Ghost Story. I would recommend Ghost Story. I was pleasantly surprised. Very moving film. It is pretentious, but not in a way that I felt was annoying, if you know what I mean. It's not like preachy. It's a very understated film. Anyways, he directed The Green Knight, which is the topic that we're talking about right now. The trailer dropped today. The trailer is fantastic.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It's a very kind of creepy, unnerving, dirty, grimy looking kind of like Arthur legend story, and I'm down for that.
Well, I was wondering, is it going to be in the old language? Because it is based off of a Shakespeare play, right? Isn't it?
No.
So, it's not a Shakespearean play.
No.
I thought I saw somewhere. Maybe when I read King Arthur, I thought of that. Like just
you might have read like some of that stuff. You read it in school around the same time as you would have been exposed to, because that's English lit.
Yeah,
you would have been exposed to it around the same time.
Shaun, my English is always lit. Always.
Hashtag appropriating black culture.
Absolutely.
I'm a big King Arthur fan. Like, I love the Arthurian legends. When I was a kid, I was super into that stuff. So I went through in like two different phases. It was like when I was a really young kid, when I was like between like 8 and 11, probably. Read a ton of all the King Arthurs, all the Knights of the Round Table, all that kind of stuff. Just love that stuff.
Excalibur was the first movie I masturbated to.
Oh, definitely for me as well. That's why I think to this day I have a thing for Helen Mirren.
Oh, dude, Helen Mirren. I don't give a fuck.
She plays Lady Morgana in that movie, and I was she bears it all, baby. Yeah,
always does, man. I think she did it when she was in her 60s too. She showed them titties. She don't give a fuck.
I mean, if you got it, flaunt it. You know.
I mean, dude, seriously though. The trailer looked cool.
I was just always into that stuff, and then even when I went to high school and had to read it in school, like I really still loved it. Like I was really into it.
I don't think we ever read any of the Arthurian stuff, at least in high school. I don't remember doing any of that. I remember reading like the Iliad and Odyssey and stuff like that, but nothing to do with King Arthur. I remember the old books. I don't know if you can imagine it. So they were basically where they would take adult stories or adult written stories, and they would kind of dumb it down for kids.
Yep, yeah.
But like the hardcover.
Yeah, they're like 100 pages, and they're but
they were still it was the substance was there. All the names.
It's like watching an episode of Wishbone. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember that show? Wishbone?
Exactly.
The little dog.
Sick.
Yeah,
shit was the best.
Exposed me to a lot of great literature, actually. But anyway.
Yeah, so I remember reading it back then, seeing Excalibur when I was a kid. So I wouldn't say it made any huge impact, I guess, on my psyche or something. But
well, I think it's
crazy.
When you put it in context, like being older and thinking about these legends and stuff, these are the beginnings of these kind of stories.
Yeah,
these are what sets the ground for the hero's journey type of like structure, right? It goes all the way. It goes all the way back to something like Beowulf. Beowulf is like the first kind of fantasy. It's like one of the first. It's the first. They call it the first ever recorded story in the English language. It's the first one that was ever like written down. Because before that, it was all about the oral tradition. People didn't write down stories. They would go to theaters and listen to people tell stories, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And King Arthur, it kind of developed out of that. So I've always been a fan. I don't know. The trailer looks fantastic. Solid director who I know will do something unconventional. It's going to be weird. I'm looking forward to that. Just the imagery alone it's very striking. Striking stuff.
Yeah. There's a scene when it's in the first 10 seconds where he's sitting on the throne or whatever. And then his head just catches a flame and the music was really cool in the trailer. And whoever edited the trailer deserves an award, honestly.
Yeah, did a great job, yeah.
It made me want to see it. And that's hard to do because you can think about modern trailers, I'm probably all time, I guess, all trailers. It's really hard for me, at least nowadays, because to actually say, damn, that makes me want to go see that movie. Like I would go put my ass in a cinema, theater.
I would say the only one that's come out recently that made me also feel like that was Tenet.
Morbius.
Yes, Jared Leto's Morbius. No, it was Christopher Nolan's new movie Tenet.
Well, I think that has more to do with Christopher Nolan in it. Now we're messing with time again. Yeah, but you're like, oh baby, I'm back.
You're back in your wheelhouse, baby.
Actually, since inception, most of his films has been obsessed with some sort of parallel time. Yeah.
Dunkirk is the same thing. Dunkirk is all about the flow of time and how long things take and when things are happening and the non-linear structure, and which honestly, just on a tangent, I recently rewatched Dunkirk for the first time since I saw it.
I think you talked about it last week.
Did I?
Yeah.
Maybe. No, I think I talked about it on the ZooBox, regular ZooBox.
Oh, well, they'll give it definitely reason.
So go check that out. But anyways, Dunkirk holds up so well. I was really taken aback by how good it is. Because I liked it when I first saw it, but I fucking loved it when I watched it again. I fucking loved it. It was great.
Well, I mean, it's Christopher Nolan. I mean, I don't think he's ever really put out a stinker.
No.
True stinker.
No, not a true stinker. Dark Knight Rises comes close.
I don't know.
That's not all his fault, but...
you know what, dude? But it's not a horrible movie.
No, it's totally watchable.
It's watchable. There's some questionable stuff that I think they had too much going on.
It's got major third act problems.
They should have split that into 2 movies, but no one wanted to do it.
It feels like there's a solid 20 minutes missing from that movie somewhere.
I would say, dude, honestly, they should have just split it up into 2 movies.
But he refuses. He refuses to do director's cuts.
Good for him. And
he's like, no. He's like, even if they made me cut it down, this is my cut. This is the cut.
Well, I'm sure someone like Christopher Nolan gets final say with a lot of things.
To an extent, when you got something with that kind of money behind it, they're like, listen, we got to have 10 showings a day. You can't put out a 4-hour movie.
Yeah.
That's when they start talking about that stuff. But his position is that I would not put something out that I didn't believe in.
Well, there we go.
So he's just my theatrical cuts are my director's cuts.
Right. All right. Anyways. So back to the trailer. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really say much. I don't know the legend, and honestly, I don't want to know. Okay. Because for me, I would love to see something and be surprised a little bit. I'm sure it's a very generic story arc or something like that as far as the legend goes, but no, I think it's something I would want to actually see, and I don't really want to know too much about it.
Yeah, it seems like they're going to take the fantasy is going to be very tertiary. It's going to be in the background. It's going to be more grounded. It's about life in that period of time, and a big thing. And then this is a theme in all the Arthurian legends, is the notion of honor and living a life worth living, and how that kind of is the ultimate test of a man and test of your respect. How do you gain authority and respect? You have to be a man of accomplishments. Well, and for back then, it was go look for the Holy Grail. That's what all those legends,
crusades and stuff. Yeah.
So
I think having, what's his name, Rishi, is that his name, Rishi Patel? I know it's Patel.
No, Dev Patel.
Yeah, Patel is such a common name.
Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah, and hey, Slumdog, I think it's aged okay. It's not that. I wouldn't go watch it a year ago, and I was like, it's a good movie, but
it makes you feel good at the end.
No, that's what it is.
They're all dancing in the train station, and you're
Danny Boyle. Yeah. Danny Boyle is really good at ending movies, I will say, most of the time. He's got a solid track for every movie I've seen.
Have you seen? Yeah, except for Yesterday. I think we've talked
about. Oh yeah, that movie.
His Beatles, The World Forgets About the Beatles movie was very disappointing.
Let's not get sidetracked. But anyway, so he's a good actor, so I feel like that's an interesting choice. I wonder how that falls into the historical accuracy of that time period, or even the mythological accuracy, because he is a Indian. So I'm wondering if that, because
I feel like it'll be commented on. I think they would be smart if they did. I think it's conceivable. I mean, there were people traveling around the world at that point in time.
No, it's none of that. I don't get the vibe, or I don't want to get the vibe of go woke, go broke type deal. I wonder, no, because I really do believe he is a phenomenal actor. Like I really like him as an actor.
No, he's a great actor, and I think he's a great choice for Sir Gawain.
Which
honestly, he is.
Why.
No,
yeah,
I'm just saying.
I would agree with you.
He's a great choice for that character, just as somebody who knows the story, and I think you could do some interesting stuff with the racial stuff if you wanted to. Like in the sense of like this is another reason why Gawain feels alienated, another reason why he feels he needs to prove himself, that kind of thing.
I mean, I guess you would have to comment on it.
I mean,
in a sense, I don't think
if everybody else is white, maybe it's weird. I don't know.
I think you should, because I think you.
I think
something that is not talked about.
You could incorporate it in a way that's smart.
Okay,
right? But you don't have to directly address it, but like I think
I hear you.
It would be a little weird if everybody else is like pasty English people, and then there's Dev Patel.
Well, all they have to do is showing up on a ship, and he traveled there. Then I'm like, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh,
whatever.
At the end of the movie, he finally takes a shower, and he reveals that he's white.
Yeah.
He's just really dirty. It's medieval times, guys. Medieval times.
Medieval times. There's definitely a semblance that is going through. I think people are getting sick and tired of being pandered to. So I really hope that someone, this Richard Lowery guy, is that his name? Lowery?
David Lowery.
Yeah, that guy, whatever. He's cool. If he's cool peeps, we'll see what he puts out. I'm excited. The trailer got me pumped. So I was definitely not looking for that. And also, did you see Robert Pattinson?
Oh, in the Batman costume? I did see
it's pretty dark, so it's hard to tell. But,
yeah, somebody put it in black and white. Because originally, I guess it was in red.
Yeah, it's in red. That's the one I saw.
And then somebody like adjusted the colors in black and white so you could see the detail better. I thought it was weird that they didn't show the ears.
Yeah, I was expecting to at least see the shadows.
Yeah, they stop before he gets to the ears, I guess. It looks like he's going to have short
ball
ears.
Cap.
I think,
or a ball cap on, like bald cap, whatever.
And the director said that this is Batman in his second year of being Batman.
Okay.
So he's not totally green, but he's also not totally refined, which is a good place. That's interesting foil. I don't need super Batman. I don't need the best Batman. I want, it's in the same kind of way on the other end of the spectrum why Ben Affleck's Batman is interesting, because he's the slightly over the hill Batman. He's the haggard Batman. And it just makes better drama, I guess.
Yeah. That's whatever. Fucking. I don't know. If you want the ghoul to come out, don't fucking drag that motherfucker. No, yeah. Okay. Well, I just thought it was interesting. I think it'd be looks like going to be a cool concept.
Yeah, it looks like it's very grounded.
We'll see, dude. It's fucking 5 seconds. I don't know. But,
no, what I'm saying, the material, it looked like it was kind of homemade. It had like this homemade Kevlar hockey pads look to it.
Yeah, maybe there's something there. I guess he took up seamstressing or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know enough about Batman to, I guess. Honestly, I could give two shits. I don't want to see another Batman movie. I don't care.
You brought this up.
I know, but I'm saying I honestly just wanted to know because I know you're a fan of Batman. So am I, but I'm just kind of over it.
You don't think I'm over the connected universe crap. Like
if
you can give me individual stories that have a beginning, middle, and end in a movie, like Shazam, right? It's contained fucking movie. Joker even, it's a contained movie. Wonder Woman even, it's like a contained movie. I'm fine with that. So if they do that going forward and not really worry so much about connecting everything, I'd prefer that, honestly.
I don't. I'm just so burnt out.
But you don't
gonna Rachel Jewel me fast, dude.
You don't think the director's interesting? I think Matt
don't even know who it is.
Choice. Did you like the Planet of the Apes movies?
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
The newer ones.
They're good. They're good.
Okay, he did he did 2 and 3 of the new trilogy.
Those are good movies. I won't even sit here and act like
He did Cloverfield.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what he's done. I don't care. I honestly, and the reason I feel like this is so maybe I can be pleasantly surprised if I like it.
Sure.
Because I am so done. I'm done.
You will be at the theater. You will be at the theater.
Which I don't know if I'll see this one in the movies, but I will say, which is, I guess, leads us to the main topic of discussion, is Ad Astra, which is it really did separate itself, I think, from most movies that I've seen in the past year or so.
Okay. So, all right. Well, before we get into it, Ad Astra is our movie du jour, like Dan just said. I thought it was a very special movie, so I'm glad Dan watched it. It is directed by James Gray, and he also co-wrote it with actually a guy he went to college with. And they've had this in the burner for a while. They've been trying to get it made since like 2011 or something. And yeah, it's about all the background you need for this one.
Yeah, it's got Tommy Lee Jones, Brad Pitt.
Great cast. Brad Pitt, Tommy Lee Jones, Donald Sutherland, Ruth Negga. No, I didn't say it. That's her name.
Is that the chick from Preacher?
Yeah, Preacher.
Yeah.
Preacher? Did you say Preacher?
Did I say it? Maybe. Pitcher? I don't know. Maybe. Preacher?
Actually, I need to catch up on that show. I haven't watched the first season.
I think I've watched the second season, too.
I'm a big fan of the comic books, and the show is not at all like the comic books, so I got kind of turned off. But
yeah,
I want to give it another chance. Yeah, that's... And then it's got little cameos here and there from bigger actors in the background, actually. But anyways, so what is they already kind of know. If you listen to Zoobox, you already kind of know my opinion. I loved it. Second favorite movie of last year. I watched it by happenstance, watched it last night again. Dan watched it the other day. So we're like, fuck, let's do that one. Let's talk about Ad Astra. I want to hear Dan's opinion on Ad Astra. How would you think? No spoilers. What did you think?
No spoilers. I think it was a fantastic film. I think everything about it really drove home the message that it was trying to. And it really did. It did it well. It did very well. I love how they show the solitude of space. Brad Pitt's character is super interesting, and from the first moment, you really get to see him. I would say within the first 15 minutes, you're kind of already invested in him because there's something different about him. He's a unique person in that world already. So it was good. There's some really cool stuff on the moon. There's just a lot going on in this movie that I didn't expect. Like, there's just like no reason for it to be there sometimes, and you're like, yeah, fuck it, I guess.
But it makes the world feel built out. Like, you get a sense of what is actually the world is like.
I know.
In terms of the movie. So, like, they have, like, all this cool world building stuff. Like, there's stuff on the moon that happens that didn't need to happen. It doesn't have to happen like that.
No, but it works. It works.
But it shows you the state of the world. It shows you that there's, like, moon pirates. Like, that's cool. That's just cool. Because why wouldn't there be? Why not?
Well, I think it even stuff that happens later. It's all really awesome. There's the way the movie broke its pace, because it's slow a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's very ponderous.
And it breaks it up really well. And there may be one point of contention for me, which is I'm like, come on. But besides that, I would probably rate it at an 8.5, even maybe a 9 on the ghoul scale, which is hard to get. That's hard. That's hard to push it up. There. If there's one way to get at a ghoul, you got to get his heart.
If you like this as much as you do, I would strongly recommend that you check out the director's previous film, The Lost City of Z. Have you watched that? I can't remember. You have?
Yeah, it's got with Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah. Which I want to revisit it. I only watched it that one time. I loved it, so I want to go back.
Well, maybe we can go back. We'll watch it and maybe do it as a follow-up or something.
That would be cool. I'd be totally down for that. Because I do think that this movie is a little bit of you could pair these movies together.
It's like they're cousins.
One's from the father's perspective, one's from the son's perspective. But the end message is kind of the same. This one is way more overt, like you said. It's very on the nose. But that's fine. Like, it was fine. I was completely fine with that for some reason. I don't know. It
didn't feel. Well, when we get into it, we'll get into it.
It's like Dan and I were joking earlier. It is if I had to put like a colon on this movie, I would call this movie Ad Astra: the Jordan Peterson Experience.
Yeah,
like it's basically when Jordan Peterson first hit the scene and when he was talking about like the plight of the modern man, and from a kind of a meta psychological perspective, that is what this movie is. It is somebody kind of discovering self, and how do you discover yourself, and how do you move beyond like the constructs that you're placed in, that you feel like you're obligated to be part of, and making connections with other people that are meaningful, and overcoming your father, basically, which is in a metaphorical sense, overcoming your genetics, these things that were given to you that you didn't have a choice in. And it's like I said, it's awesome. I love this movie. What did you think of just like the art design and stuff?
Oh, it was great. I mean, cinematography looked good. The world building was really good.
A beautiful fucking movie. Yeah.
I would say that they didn't put it so futuristic that it didn't seem possible. It didn't seem like we could get there. It was within the, like, I can see that.
That's why I
see that.
Yeah, that's why I really liked it, because it was so grounded. It was so felt like, that's probably how they would actually do that.
This is fucking space travel. Like, this is how you would do it. You know?
And like they don't forget how boring traveling is. Even if you're in outer space, it stops being exciting at some point.
Like when you hear the first time and they're going to the moon, they're like 17 days. You're like, fuck. You know? Like, you're mad, fuck, dude. I get mad at like if I gotta go 12 plus. You're like 12 hours.
12 hours, 12 minutes, more like it.
Yeah, I know.
Like
DoorDash just changed the world. Ordering DoorDash from your favorite restaurant on Earth when you're on the moon or some shit. That'd be sick.
We gotta wait for transporter technology before that comes. We gotta get some Star Trek shit.
$60 million. I'm like, oh fuck, all for a cheeseburger, but it's worth it.
Good thing this is in Chinese money, or is it? I know Japanese money, the yen, because they do their numbers are huge, like 50 million yen, and for a PlayStation 4.
Yeah, well, is it Japanese? I think you were talking about China.
No, it's Japan.
Is yen China? Okay. But no, I think that the entire story itself, man. I mean, it really, from the get-go, the movie opens with like, his girl leaving him and shit, and he's emotionally disconnected. He doesn't really have, and it didn't even when he was confronted with death, he didn't even care. It didn't bother him that he was gonna die.
Oh, that's why he lived. That's in the very
because he didn't panic. No, he didn't panic.
He didn't
like freak the fuck out.
And that's the whole theme of the movie, is like this kind of this lying to yourself about what's happening to you.
Yeah.
Like
when he gets closer to his father throughout the movie, his heart rate like rises. It's like he's becoming more human.
Yeah, and yes, exactly. And that's part of the journey. This movie is it's almost completely allegorical. I mean, there are obviously the things that are happening are literal, but like the subtext and what everything kind of means feels very metaphorical, allegorical, whatever you want to call it. And everything has kind of like two meanings. They have like the surface level of what's happening, and then there's all that like wonderful subtext. And the subtext in this movie, like I said, is written really large. Actually, a critic that I was reading said, people say that Ad Astra is on the nose. He's like, no, it is the nose. Like, and that's a perfect way to put it, because it's not hiding the fact that what it's about at all. And I appreciated that, and because I thought it just, all the measurements were there. The modulation of the tone of the movie, the pace of the movie, the visual symmetry, like everything comes together in a really thoughtful way.
Well, there's that scene which really stuck out to me. If I could put up a moving picture, which is film, I guess, but like on loop, just as an art piece, I guess, would be that scene where he's going into he's on Mars and he's trying to get back to the spaceship so he can go with it to see his father. Yeah. And he is pulling himself along in that underwater.
Yes.
And he's got that rope and he's just going into the darkness. You're like, fuck, dude, that
was a cool shot.
Dude, so cool. Such a cool, and like the pressure and everything. And you realize just something simple. Oh yeah, his suit would be waterproof because it's got its own environment, or its own it's pressurized.
Yeah.
So it's got its own. It's like it's completely good to go. Well, but I don't know. I mean, I don't really think there's nothing to say about this movie that was bad. Everyone was great. Everything was great in it. I don't even know if maybe a 9 is too low. I don't even think there's anything that I would change, except one thing. There's one thing I would change.
All right, well, we'll do a quick spoiler run. So, out of 10 stars, I'm going to give this a 9.5. I really love this movie. Dan, you said you give it a 9?
I would say a 9. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, if you want to hear the spoiler portion of this review, just stick around at the end of the podcast. Like, you'll hear a little bit of music for a few seconds, and then there will be the spoiler part. Okay, so let's just move on to our next topic.
So Oscars. The Oscars for the films of 2019. That was this past weekend as well. I watched a lot of clips. I didn't actually watch the Oscars. I haven't watched the Oscars in a long time.
I don't think I've ever watched the Oscars.
I used to felt like it was fun, and now it just feels boring and just too preachy, too like whatever.
Speaking of Ad Astra, Brad Pitt, fucking Jesus, shut up.
Brad Pitt won for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, and then you have to go. I just listen, dude. I don't like it. I understand you have a platform. I get it. You should be saying things that you believe in, but shut the fuck up. We have all heard it enough. We get it, dude. And when it was about John Bolton, and I'm like, I'm sorry, Brad Pitt, do you know anything about this fucking situation? Do you know that they actually fucking asked him to come to the house? And he said, well, fucking sue. Okay? That's what he fucking said. He said, I will fucking sue.
No, but like the thing I ask every time they make these grand speeches, I'm like, who are you talking to?
Are you talking to
Are you talking to the audience? Or are you talking to us at home? Like, who are you talking to?
That's 45 more seconds than John Bolton got.
What is even the point of making that statement? Like, what are you doing? Like, what does that even mean? It doesn't even mean anything. You're just
Brad Pitt respect went down by about 3 points right there, real quick. Yeah. I was like, you've been pretty quiet, dude. Like, you've been good.
Imagine that's why Ad Astra didn't get a 10 out of 10.
Dude, honestly, it's now a 7.
It's in free fall, just like it's like Brad Pitt in the beginning of the movie. It's in free fall.
Yeah.
Now it's a 4.
Yeah.
No, it's just I don't understand the point of like grandstanding at those places because it is this lowest stakes possible. No, dude, everybody's gonna love everything because you all think the same, like a bunch of fucking robots.
Yeah.
And like you said, like he doesn't even know the fucking reality of that situation.
Because he doesn't have to know, which is why everybody wants to be a celebrity. So that you could ignore reality and fucking rip. And that's the whole point. You're not supposed to be like us and don't pretend that you are. You know what I mean? Unless you're Kurt Russell, because he's fucking a man's man and he doesn't cry.
But Kurt Russell also is like a secret Hollywood conservative.
No,
at least a libertarian.
Nah, dude, listen, dude. Vince Vaughn, all these guys are out there. Guess what, dude? They're stripping them of their. It's just like the YouTube censorship, Twitter censorship.
That's why you got to support companies like Cinestate. I say this all the time. Go out, watch Bone Tomahawk, Brawl in Cell Block 99, the Standoff at Sparrow Creek, and Dragged Across Concrete. That's the collection so far. Dude, I could watch Brawl in Cell Block 99 on Prime anytime I want. I still bought that fucking movie, okay? I got the whole Cinestate collection on my shelf. It's beautiful. I was just looking at it earlier. I just pulled them off the shelf and just held them.
You can just that white supremacy. You can just
yeah. That hard edge white supremacist Texas movie studio.
And listen, dude. Joaquin Phoenix gets up there talking about vegan this, vegan that. And I actually was watching Speak of the Devil, Mark Rober. He's like a guy on YouTube. He kind of got big he used to do like one video a month or one video a year. There was something like that. He would do them once every 3 months. He worked for NASA and stuff. He did the prank with the spinning oscillator Amazon package shit that like when you stole it Sprayed fart spray and glitter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The same dude. So which I was a little hesitant to watch this video, but it was basically, I'm going to feed Bill Gates a Impossible Burger, or Impossible Meat Burger, or whatever. And it's all about the amount of shit. I wonder how fucking factual this information is, because it's the same shit that I fucking heard in Cowspiracy from a decade ago. The same exact stuff about how I think it's 18% of global emissions is from cows.
That's what they say, yeah.
That seems fucking ridiculous, right? But I don't know enough about it. And honestly, you can't trust this shit. And this guy's getting millions of views. He's with Bill Gates. It's sick, whatever. And he admits, though, he's like, I'm not a vegan, dude. I love meat. I fucking love it. Like, I eat this shit every day. I'm like, okay, good man. I'll watch the rest of your video. Because if he was a vegan, dude, I was turning it on. Honestly, I would have. I would have been like, you know what, dude?
People make me sick.
Well, well, then again, he's probably, what's that word? I'm thinking. It starts with an S, but, Serping or whatever. I can't think of the word.
Sodomite?
Sodomite. No, he is coming in and just maybe he's really a vegan and he's just trying to make me feel like, well, maybe I should listen to him. He's a meat eater too.
Skullduggery right there, yeah.
I mean, it's like Bernie and socialism. I'm a democratic socialist.
Yeah. I'm not a socialist. Get on this bread line, bitch.
Yeah. That looks great.
Bread?
It's the best bread in America.
Lines are good. It means there's food.
Asterisk. It's the only bread in America. That's the fucking difference there, Bernie.
Eat this Bernie loaf.
But the Walking gets up there. He's talking about veganism and that's cool. Like, that's fine. Whatever. Like, I just think, like, the sanctity of life, but pro-choice. Like, go murder your fucking children. Like, that's what these people do.
That's the grand hypocrisy of stuff like that. And I mean that whether you're pro-life or pro-choice, whatever. Like, you have to understand. You have to see the hypocrisy and the intellectual dishonesty, the low stakes. Like, do you think you could ask anybody, do you think cows should be tortured? They'd say no. They'd say fucking no. You're not proving anything to anyone. I will say this. I will say this about that speech. He was talking to the people in the room. He was not talking to me. And I was like, good.
Well,
talk to them. No, because that's like when he gave his Golden Globe speech. He's like, you guys don't fly on private jets or whatever. Maybe don't do that.
I don't know.
That's like, okay. It's a stupid thing because, like I said, it's low stakes. It don't fucking matter. It's not going to change a goddamn thing. Like, if you want to really take a stand, get crazy. I imagine if Joaquin Phoenix came out with some weird, like, pro-life stand. His career would probably be over. But
I think it's even more of a stance.
But we're talking about stealing. You're stealing her milk and putting it in your coffee.
Yeah. Well, you're also fucking aborting babies up to 9 months, so shut the fuck up.
Psycho, like Joaquin. You are the Joker.
I don't know.
The Joker.
I don't know what put me in this headspace. It may be that I listened to the Alex Jones Joe Rogan podcast again, yesterday and today. It's probably literally my 10th time. It's one of my
favorite. I actually, honestly, Dan, I watched it not too long ago.
Yeah, so. It's so good, dude. It's so good.
I put it on to go to sleep.
I put it on to go to sleep,
and I stayed up for 2.5 hours.
Dude, all the time.
4.5.
I usually make it about a half hour, 45, most of the time. But it's so good. But how can we sit here anymore? Go Woke, Go Broke is a real thing. It's happening. Birds of Prey is doing terrible. They had to change the title because no one fucking cares. They're having to do all this shit. Batwoman is terrible. Superwoman is terrible. All these things. Watchmen canceled. Second season is not coming back.
That's because he doesn't want to do it. That's
because that shit was garbage and no one
fucking
gave a shit.
That's a cover.
Dude, that shit bombed.
No, it didn't.
Yes.
It really didn't. It
no,
didn't.
Shaun.
It got good views. A lot of views and generally positive reviews. True. Even from comic book nerds, it got generally favorable. There's a YouTube channel I watch called Geekvolution. I did not expect him to like it, and he did. And I was like, oh wow, that's crazy.
And that's because he's trash. But I think the pandering, I think it's all done. And I don't know. I've never seen Parasite. Haven't seen it. Could be good. It won a lot of awards. I'll check it out.
I will say, Parasite. Parasite winning is a statement. It's not because it's the best. It's a statement. It's a political statement.
And I know it is, but that to me is what's wrong with a lot of this stuff today. Is that I can't even enjoy something because I'm so worried. And this is like kind of a fucking true statement here. I am so worried about watching something or supporting something based off of the fact of what political ideology it leans towards. So what I'm saying is if people are out there going like, I don't want to watch Watchmen because I feel like I'm supporting the people that are basically hating on me or hating on my viewpoints or whatever it is, you're alienating such a group of people. And I really don't think Watchmen did as well as people think it did, because I was reading just the other day that it bombed. Like it was one of the worst underperforming HBO shows as far as recent memory. It was not as big as Curb Your Enthusiasm.
No.
Beef, or it's underperforming for HBO.
It's also a lot more niche of a thing too.
So was True Detective. That shit was fucking sick.
No, True Detective is not niche. I mean, it's fucking crime fiction. Like, that's not niche, dude.
But this is comic books. This is comic books. People know what Watchmen is, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying. I mean, even Watchmen the movie underperformed in the theater when it came out. Like, it's just not a property that the average person is like runs to. It's just not.
Well, they probably spent a good bit of money on Watchmen.
They did. No, it did. I don't know if it was.
Besides,
but
fucking Mr. Manhattan looked like fucking stupid. I stopped watching after the third episode.
Yeah, he did. He looked stupid.
Well, once I saw that KKK outfit, I'm like, yep, I'm done, dude. I'm fucking out. I am sick of this shit.
Listen, I'll say this. I think there was a time. I think this stuff has always been there, but I do think that it's not. They're not even trying to be clever anymore. Like, this is my whole thing. If it's no matter what the ideological position of the creator, like, if you put together a well-told story that's written well, like the subtext, I'll just accept it because I just will look at it from an analytical perspective. I don't need to, like, what's a good example of this? I know you and Ryan. This is one of the older episodes of Zoobox Goes to the Movies, so you guys go check this out. Under the Skin. We did a review for this movie called Under the Skin. Under the Skin is an overt feminist film. Overt. But it's so, in my opinion, this is my opinion, it's so subtle and masterfully put together, and it's all about metaphor and allegory. Like, it just worked. It just worked for me. I thought it's a gorgeous movie. I loved that fucking movie. I didn't expect to, but I fucking love that movie.
I don't think there's anything wrong with enjoying something, whether it's got a certain message or not.
But what I'm saying is, like, so you're reacting to the lack of talent in presenting these ideas. Like, if you're going to watch Parasite is an incredibly ideologically driven movie. I'm not going to tell you what ideology or what
it's about classism. It has to be.
Okay. So
I could guess.
Well, you could probably you'll see it's way more nuanced than most American critics are going to make it seem like. It is, but it is what it is, and that's why it fucking won, because those people think they're the heroes of the downtrodden when they are so disconnected from fucking reality.
When they're probably the parasite.
They're well.
If I'm going by the trope of what I'm guessing the movie is
about.
No,
the movie is.
All right, we don't need to get. No, we don't need to get. Well, we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about it when you watch it. But it's more nuanced than people give it credit for. But it's also kind of not. It's just hard to explain if you haven't seen it.
But if you're gonna watch something specifically for the fact that it's politically driven, or when you're making the choices to fit a political narrative on any side, you know, I do you know, dude, this is something we got to talk about on the podcast. I'm gonna talk about right now. I try to find it. I'm trying to find it. You got to look it up. You might be able to find it. There are these two white people in New York. I think it was one of these metropolitan area, and the black Hebrew Israelites are out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see this shit?
No.
The two white people, they licked every single black Hebrew Israelite that was out there their boots.
Oh yeah,
literally licked their boots.
Those are in, you can find them in cringe compilations and stuff.
Yeah. Well, there was one that just happened. I guess it got pretty.
Yeah. There's a guy who was kissing their feet this a couple years ago.
Yeah. Well, there was one they were literally kissing and licking their like all this weird shit, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with
this
people?
weird masochistic self-loathing.
I don't even know what it is.
That makes them like to alleviate their white guilt that they carry because they believe in this concept of like sins of the father concept, which I just don't.
Well, if you're Brad Pitt.
Well, if you're Brad Pitt, yeah.
Sins of your father.
That's different. That's different. That's outer space. That's not on Earth.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Less gravity, right? There's just like a lot of stuff that is disappointing. It's like, just show me good movies. And honestly, Ricky Gervais is the one who's taken a real stance here, who's actually taken a risk. I think more than with Joaquin or Brad Pitt or any of these people, because he's working, elbow to elbow with these people.
But even he's not really taking a risk, and I respect what he does. Don't get me wrong.
I think
it has to be people like Ricky Gervais. It has to be people like Dave Chappelle or like fucking Joe Rogan. Comedians are the first at the forefront of this free speech shit. That's why you got to kind of back them a little bit. Even when you don't like what they do, you got to back them a little bit.
No, for sure.
But,
like Samantha Bee and her PragerU shit the other day. That shit was wild.
Well, whatever. It's freedom of speech.
I mean, I have no problem with it. I don't have a problem with them doing what they want.
You just use good speech or better speech to combat bad speech, right? Like, that's the whole thing. You go out there and you promulgate your ideas. They say what they're going to say. You can go say what you got to say. That's the whole point.
Not that there's any side that is right or wrong, but morally, there is both sides are lacking in a lot. So I don't know.
Sure, of course. No, but what I mean, and as a reflection of art and that stuff like that goes, that's why it's important to support even something like Ad Astra. That's completely apolitical and is just a story about fathers and sons and legacy and stuff like that. It's not trying to like, I don't know, be manipulative in a way that you feel like a lot of movies are. You feel like a lot of movies are preaching at you and they're not clever, and they're not well written, and it's painful. Like I'm not a huge Star Trek nerd, but I've been watching a lot of Star Trek lately because I've just never watched all the shows. And I'm watching the new one, Picard, as well. And that is the one I am most familiar with, The Next Generation and like Captain Jean-Luc Picard. And that series, that version of Star Trek is the one I'm most familiar with from a kid to an adult. And Picard is like this awfully written fucking hipster propaganda, like weird shit about everybody being racist and everything. It's just like, it's awful. It's not even well written. It would be one thing if I could stomach it if it was like well executed, but it's not. And it's also antithetical to the spirit of Star Trek. But anyways, so yeah, just not a lot of good stuff out there right now. And you got to support the things that when you come across them that are, I don't know, not trying to do not trying to be a piece of propaganda for some nebulous ideological position, because it's so fucking rare.
Well, because that movie, It Hurt or whatever. The Hurt. What is it called? The Hunt. Yeah, it's getting released. Do you know who wrote that?
It's a guy who did the fucking Watchmen.
Sturgill Simpson wrote that movie.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he wrote and produced.
Oh, it makes sense, I guess.
That's crazy.
I know it's a satire that takes aim at everybody.
Well, yeah. Well, from what I'm guessing, it's like yuppie liberals that like to shoot rednecks. It's like irony in that sense.
Well, but
they're hunting rednecks or whatever.
But it makes fun of everybody.
I'm sure.
Rednecks, yuppie liberals, everybody gets the bullet in the hunt.
I might be wrong. Actually, let me look it up. I know
Shapiro loves it.
Well, I mean, and that was like something that Trump even called for, which he shouldn't be doing anyway. But
no, that movie, the fact that they pulled that movie from theaters was stupid. But now I guess they get to use it as marketing as like the formerly banned movie. So, that'll probably work out for him in the long run. What are you looking up to see if Sturgill Simpson was involved in the Hunt?
I'm pretty sure he was.
He only makes anime exclusively.
Yeah, The Hunt. Yep.
check out episode 1 of Zoobox Goes to the Movies. Sturgill Simpson is an anime freak. He's a weeaboo. Can't trust this guy.
He plays Kid Rock in it.
That's pretty awesome, actually. Yeah, no, I'm actually looking forward to that.
He didn't produce it. Never mind, I lied about that. He must be just acting in it.
I will totally go see that. Yeah, who wrote it? Is it Damon Lindelof?
Yep, and Nick Coos.
Yeah, that's right. Damon Lindelof is the guy who wrote and show ran The Watchmen.
That's so sick, though. Just like they throw Sturgill Simpson as Kid Rock. He kind of looks like Kid Rock in a weird way.
Yeah.
But
that anime tornado he lives in.
Hey, it's sick. But I'm hoping that it's pretty good. Hoping it'd be interesting. But I'm definitely not going to go to the movie theater for that. I don't go to the movie theater. It's far too expensive. The only time I will go is when we have to review a movie, and that's because you make me.
Yeah.
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 All right. Well, this was fun. This is a good one.
Does.
Yeah, like we said, go watch Ad Astra. Boycott the Oscars. # Don't steal her milk.
Mm-hmm.
And the Green Knight looks baller. Looks great. Also, check out A Ghost Story if you're so inclined. You know what? You know what the Green Knight put me in the mood to watch?
What?
Fucking Excalibur, dude.
Well, I mean, I don't think it put me in the mood to watch that.
Oh, dude. I've been itching. I've been jonesing for Excalibur, and now I got the reason. This thing Excalibur's been living in the back of my head for a while because I bought a digital copy of it on Vudu, and it's just been sitting there waiting for me.
Yeah, you have a reason.
Now I got a reason. I got that push.
Go do it, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that movie in probably 10 years.
Been about 10 years for me too, and I know it's cheesy, so I know what I'm getting when I go in there. But it's also really gruesome and kind of brutal, and a lot of boobs in it too.
Sick.
I'm gonna masturbate to you, Helen Mirren.
Yes.
I'm gonna masturbate to that scene where you're giving birth and I see your breasts.
Oh shit, that's a classic, you know?
Yeah.
Classic stuff.
What am I talking about? We're gonna go end up watching like mukbang videos or whatever. People eating food for 2 hours, and then I'm gonna pass out from the hunger pains that I feel. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to this episode of Zoobox Goes to the Movies. We shall see you next week, where we'll be talking about something. Don't know quite yet what, but we're going to figure it out. I promise.
The top is because you misuse power.
I promise.
So all the men who are at the top of the hierarchy are all misusing their power, and they're all tyrannical. And all the guys who have the aim and ambition to achieve that are just tyrants in training. That's sort of the basic attitude that we have towards our own culture and towards young men now. Everything about that is pathological and inexcusable.
Well, we're going to get into a little bit of spoiler talk.
I used to watch kids skate.
So let's just get into it.
Mm-hmm. I thought we were already there, but
no, we haven't said anything specific enough to spoil the movie.
I guess so.
And yeah, so what's the one thing you would change about the movie then?
I thought when they're en route to Mars and they come across that medical ship and they get in there and the fucking baboons, and I was like, not needed, dude. That was cool, but not needed. Space monkeys? Come on, dude.
Well, it's because I agree with you. I think that is the one scene in the movie that you're like,
out of place.
This feels a little out of place, but I understand why it's there because you have to have something fucking happen.
No, something it's just to break it up.
Something dramatic needs to happen on the ship on the way there.
You gotta see. All they would have had to have done.
It's completely mechanical that it needs to happen, but
well, they do it because basically they want to get rid of the captain, the competent one. You can't have two incompetent captains of the spaceship traveling to Mars. So we need to figure out a way to get rid of this guy. I felt like there would be an easier way to do that than space monkeys. Honestly, I was like, just have a guy have a full-blown embolism or something.
I didn't see it coming though.
But it did throw it out. Yeah, because it
was a surprise. It was a surprise that the guy was getting his face eaten by a baboon.
Yeah, and you're like, oh shit. Like that shit. Maybe that's what it was supposed to be.
And it did. I remember I saw it in IMAX when I saw it in the theater, and it did freak me out a little bit.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that it's not a great looking CGI monkey. It's okay. It looks a little
probably an IMAX on my little screen. It looked fine, but
that would scare the fuck out of me.
What, in real life?
Just to see a fucking rabid baboon coming at me in zero gravity and me being like, oh, trying to back away.
Yeah. And he had those laser pistol things, whatever the fuck those were.
Who?
They don't even Brad Pitt. That's how he shoots them.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
he pressurizes that part of the thing and it blows him up.
Or does he depressurize?
Oh, depressurizes.
Yeah. Fucking instantly vaporizes the fucking thing. He looked like District 9, just putty, dude. Turned right into goop.
Yeah, it is. I would agree with you, and that would be my one thing where I'm like, that feels like could have done this in a way that felt more a part of the movie that I'm watching.
I like the whole rescue them type deal.
Yeah, in a vacuum, I think the scene works fine, and the setup works fine. It would have been better if maybe it wasn't so.
I think they needed
extreme.
To make it. No, well, what it really had to happen. It had to happen. They had to do it because they had to get rid of this guy. He was too competent, and they needed to progress the story for the sake. Whatever. We all know why he had to do it. And it also shows Brad Pitt's skills and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I was trying to run it through my head. How would I have done that? I still say do the Mayday thing, go to the ship. But there is no quick way. What is the quickest way to kill him? I guess space monkeys. That is that is pretty much the fastest. And you're gonna wait, hold on. And you're gonna tell me a space fucking helmet is made of regular glass?
Yeah, they are.
And no, dude, no, they're not.
Well, they're not made of unbreakable material.
Do we know this? I'm pretty fucking sure those things are super strong because if they get knocked around.
From what I understand,
it's like a plexiglass.
It's got to be something like that, right?
It's like a plexiglass, but it's got Shaun. It's no, come on.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's like eating through his face.
Do you know how strong baboons are, my friend?
I get that. That's what I'm saying. They had to pick something ridiculous. You know, what would it would maybe would have been a cooler idea?
If you think about it, why wouldn't there be research vessels with monkeys and seeing what they would do in space? Why wouldn't that be a thing? That would be a thing. It's totally be a thing.
I'm not saying that there wouldn't be a reason for that. I'm just saying, well, I don't know, dude. Should have showed me a 10-minute movie on what happened to the ship, so I know.
It's totally out of place. It feels totally out of place. It does.
Let's not get hung up on it, but yeah, it's definitely. It's definitely one of those things where I was just going, wow, okay, they really went to that point.
And the other one thing that I was like, this is a little silly, is the actual, towards the very end of the movie, when Brad Pitt is going back to his ship and he rips the solar panel.
Fuck yeah.
And he rides through the debris.
Like Captain America,
debris, dude. Or whatever planet they're near.
I think it's Saturn.
Yeah, they're like...
Saturn.
They're like... I was like, we don't need to do this like this, do we? But
whatever. I don't know. And then Tommy Lee Jones has to go all fucking ape shit. Just what are you doing?
Yeah, I know. Well, it's what a piece of shit.
Yeah, you let him. We put all the stuff on because I liked how, because I do believe this, that Tommy Lee Jones didn't realize that it was really his son. He didn't know. Oh, no way. The dude's been alone for 25, 30, whatever long it's been. He's been alone for so long. He doesn't realize that his son is real until he touches him. Oh, that's the first time he goes, oh, shit, this isn't my head.
But he's actually whether he thinks he's real or not, that is what he would say to his son. That's what gets gets him to respond to the message because they're sending out. And then as soon as Brad Pitt makes the message personal.
No, I know.
He reaches his father.
I get it, but I'm just saying he really didn't. I don't think he believed it. I really don't think he believed it.
Because then what? Then everything that he says has no impact. Then
absolutely. The
whole point of part of the point of the movie is that he's kind of a bastard. He's a selfish.
But that doesn't change the fact, because if he's in some sort of psychosis where he doesn't know what's real and what's not, And in his head, he is talking to his son as if he was there, because he doesn't know what his son looks like. There's no way for him to know. There's no way.
Oh, well, he obviously didn't lose contact until his son was 16, so they were sending messages back and forth.
Listen. You're looking way too deep into this. My
no,
it stands. He's been alone for 30 years by himself.
He has not been alone for 30 years.
Yes, he was.
No.
He killed everyone.
They just lost contact. Yeah, but he says that there were some people that were loyal, but only a few years prior bounced. They tried to bounce, and then they fucked up the thing that's causing the pulse. Yeah.
But even then, imagine for 3 or 4 years by yourself in a fucking tin can, basically.
It's like heaven.
Yeah.
High speed internet.
Oh yeah. And did another question? Maybe I got confused, but was it him creating those waves, those solar waves?
No, there was damage done to some apparatus on their ship because of the last mutiny.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
the shit that was hitting Earth that fucked up everything in the beginning.
Yeah.
That was done by the ship.
Yes.
But not on purpose.
It's in the movie they make it seem like no, it was not on purpose.
I think it has a giant fucking satellite on it.
Blames it on the people that tried to leave.
Oh, bro, that's fucking crazy. That's what I'm saying. How are you taking what this guy says as
I can't believe this man.
Yeah, you meet this guy for 5 minutes and you're like, I'm in, dude. He seems normal. Yeah, that's his son. Like, he knows. Like,
yeah, but
no,
the movie
I'm sorry.
The movie hasn't presented this idea that anybody would lie about that. It's just not in line with the language of the film. Because what is his motivation to do that to people? That's not what his goal is.
He doesn't. Sunshine, Shaun. Sometimes people don't need a motivation. Sometimes movies just turn into slasher films for the last 20 minutes.
That movie's great up until the last 20 minutes, and then it's only okay. It's like, it reminds me of like Event Horizon.
Event Horizon, yeah. But it's still better than Event Horizon.
Yes, it's still better. Danny Boyle film. No, but his goal is not. He doesn't want to be found because he doesn't want to go back until he finds what he's looking for,
which is nothing.
Which is apparently nothing.
Right.
Because he says, I'm a failure. I failed, and I don't want to fail. So that's why he cut himself off, because he's like, I'm not I'm not coming back until I find something.
And something that really kind of ticked me off is when they get out and, Brad Pitt does the wave on thing in space. It's super slow. Yeah. And he just pulls the fucking parachute thing. Not really a parachute, but it feels like it to Brad Pitt. And he's going back. And he's just ripping on the thing. Like, it's not going anywhere. Brad Pitt. And I'm sitting, why would you not just unhook yourself and then do that and fuck off?
Yeah, that's what I mean, it, obviously, because it doesn't make it dramatic of a moment, but.
No, maybe they could have made it cool.
Maybe Brad Pitt is because functionally, from a story standpoint, Brad Pitt has to let go of his father.
It would be even better if he would have grabbed Brad Pitt's gun and then shot himself in the face.
No,
that would have been sick.
Yes, but from a story standpoint, based on the story they're telling, Brad Pitt has to let go.
I know. I know. I get the
subtext. That's why it's there.
I get it. I get it. Just saying, everyone really trusts in Tommy Lee Jones in this fucking movie except me. And you guys are all fucking wrong.
Insert points to brain meme, points to head meme. But I'm the wise boy.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, Tommy Lee Jones didn't realize any of that was real.
You're not gonna trick me, space cowboy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what.
I thought the representation of 90 days alone in space, or 60-something days alone in space, that was a pretty cool representation too.
Oh, when he was going to Saturn or whatever.
Yeah, which actually, that whole scene from on Mars when he's got to go on, he drives out there and he goes under the water lake or whatever, and he climbs up and he gets into the ship and he basically commandeers the damn thing, and what are the corporate men, whatever they call them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're just like, fuck it, dude, we got orders. It's like, this is Nazi Germany. What's going on?
Pew pew pew.
Yeah.
They fight.
And then they hit some tank, and then they all get poisoned, and that black chick just dies. Just gets face smashed.
She gets splattered, dude.
Fucked up.
What did you think of the? Did you pick up on the subtext of like the corporation or the company or the government or whatever being like the stand-in for like patriarchal oppression?
Really?
You pick up on that, dog?
What
does he have to? What does he have to do every day? He has to get up and he has to do a psych eval.
Yeah.
And what's the psych eval about? Suppressing your emotions.
I guess
keeping your heart rate down. So it's like this idea that there is a concept or an idea about what it is to be a man, and that is to be not emotional. That's to be stoic. You know, kind of, and like this movie's kind of rejecting that, right? Because he stops taking the meds. At some point, he stops taking the meds that keep him calm.
Is that really what the idea is behind that? Honestly, is that like what the director
that's what? No, well, I have not watched it with commentary yet. I plan on it, but no, that was just my take on it because I think that's kind of obvious because it's about it's
interesting.
This movie is very, and I don't think they would cop to this, but this is about men. This is about men in the modern era. This is not about like people broadly or like it's about how men feel.
Well, so you're saying from the aspect of the patriarchy?
Well, the patriarchal structure. Of, the idea
the
that
pressure for men.
The pressure, the pressure for men to act a certain way. That's definitely something that's a subject that is broached, and I think that is like a metaphor for that.
I just don't. I don't know, man. I can see that. I can really see that. It makes actually a lot of sense. What you're saying.
Yeah, because he finally cries at the end. Like he goes back and gets together with his wifey Pooh, and they're very happy because he can make connections with people. Because he can be emotional. You cannot like connect with people if you don't open yourself up.
I just thought that was psychological trauma or something from losing his father, and from like not being able to really say goodbye. There was no closure.
Well, there's a surface level thing there where there's a surface level function of like, well, we got to make sure that you don't freak out. So we got to check on you every day.
Yeah, but isn't that what everyone would have to do? I mean, I'm just going to tell you right now, they do that even before flying in the military still.
I know,
right now.
No, I know
you do like a check.
What I'm saying is it has a dual.
No, I agree. I absolutely agree.
There's the surface story level part of it, and then there's the subtextual part of it of like what is being accomplished by showing those scenes. That's all.
I would like to see what the director, if they even talked about. That's just an interesting perspective, but I wouldn't even say because patriarchal from the standpoint of what I know it to be. I don't know if it would be patriarchal, but
the system of man.
No, I know. Yeah, no, I know. I know.
I mean, because if you have
who reinforces those standards, men or women? Because I don't think men
reinforce those standards on each other.
Absolutely disagree.
But there's peer pressure. There's things like grow up, be a man.
No. Why?
It's from a different generation, Dan. Like
it's nothing to do with generational, and I'm going to explain why. Because
explain it.
I'm going to college.
Hit me with his college knowledge.
I haven't even taken a science class. There we go. But taken a science class. But there's it makes more sense. We are driven by nature to act a certain way. And this really comes down to male, and the reason why males compete is because of females. The reason why,
from an evolutionary standpoint, yes.
No, from a psychological standpoint too. As of right now, I mean, I've seen it. You've seen it too. You have a bunch of guys hanging out.
Yeah, it's hard.
3 or 4 dudes, and then a female that is attractive shows up. They all start acting different and weird and outclassing each other, trying to do whatever. It's just normal. So I would say women have tailored men societally to act a certain way. They have been through the progress of no, dude. Like that is true. Like women go after certain type of men. There's a reason why in the social women go after men with more power and more, whatever. Like they chase those men. And if you come off with a certain presence of stoicness, no emotion, whatever, like those.
Some women like that, sure.
No, I would say a majority of women. They don't want to be with a subversive person.
People are hardwired to try to attain the thing that is going to ensure their survival the most. So for men, no, men also, because we have a preoccupation with legacy. We want to be
but we can do that with anyone.
It doesn't. Yes, but you want the best stock, like from an evolution this is evolutionary biology. What you're talking about? Like,
I know, but
we're hardwired. But this is a dance that both men and women do, because men also reinforce kind of negative stereotypes that women also try to attain.
No, that's my point. I don't think it's patriarchal or matriarchal. I think it goes both ways. No, but I'm saying women reinforce those standards of men not showing emotion, men not want, that's the type of men that they're going for.
I mean, I think it's more nuanced than that. I don't think it is exclusively women that do that, because part of that is also.
I'm not saying exclusively.
I mean, you could in some, if you wanted to take the evolutionary biological kind of track on that, you probably could trace it back to like, I want to breed.
Right.
You probably could, because that's why I want to become powerful. I want to ensure my survival, the survival of my lines, my genetic line. Like that, we got weird stuff baked into our psyches. So we do. We don't even know. This is because it goes back for thousands of years of staying alive.
That's just where I just think that his feeling is Brad Pitt's character in this movie, McBride, right, or something, whatever his name is. It has more to do with the psychological trauma of his father than the societal.
I'm not.
I know. I'm just saying, dude. I'm not saying about the subtext. I'm just saying, obviously, that's what they're trying to convey.
Yeah, obviously,
the psychological drama of his father.
So that you can track his character. You need to know where he is at, because he is such a stoic, quiet, still character. He doesn't give away very much. So you have to have moments where he's forced to give it away.
Right.
So that you know where he's at, because that is the journey, is his psychological journey. I mean, that's what we're watching,
Absolutely. I think they played it very well, though. I think they did a really good job of showing that. Maybe a little bit too much on Mars, but I think they could have held back a little bit. But because that wasn't the reason they didn't let him go after his father. It's because they just didn't. Is that the reason? I don't think that's really the reason.
Oh, because they had no intention of actually trying to bring his father back, I think.
They just wanted to see if they could get his location.
Yes.
Which he needed to respond to get.
Yes.
Right.
And they never had any intention of actually going there and getting him. They were just going to blow him up.
Yeah. Which they should have, honestly.
Probably the safe call, yeah.
Yeah. I think that, you know what, dude? I might be on the corporation side of this one. I might be like, Yeah, well, why couldn't they just send a drone out into space with a nuke and just fucking let it go? Also, kind of bullshit. Just saying.
Well, we don't know what drone technology is like in the future. I don't know.
Oh God, yeah. We can fucking fly satellites. You're gonna tell me, and like across this, right now across the solar system.
You're talking about fantasy upgrade type science fiction stuff. What are you talking about, buddy?
Just saying, dude. You send a fucking ship over there. You get it close.
Why did Brad Pitt have a fucking jetpack?
Yeah.
Could have jetpacked in there. He could have grabbed his dad and jetpacked away.
I mean, I don't know. I wish they would have had some like fucking epic battle in the ship, like diving at each other, spinning and shit.
Pull out lightsabers and you realize you're actually watching the final Star Wars movie.
Yeah, and this is the way it should have ended. It would have been sick.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren and Harrison Ford. Just going at it.
Got any other thoughts about Ad Astra before we move to the Oscars?
Nah, that was it. I mean, hey, go give it a watch, man. That's what I say. I think you'll enjoy it.
Watch Ad Astra. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Dan loved it. I'm glad you liked it.
I knew I would like it. I knew I would. I knew I would like it. I just didn't want to watch it. It's something that I had to watch, and you're like, I gotta put time in. Gotta really sit there.
I will say this: it is mercifully only 2 hours long.
No, I didn't even notice it was 2 hours. It went by really fast, really smooth.
Yeah, it does go by very quickly. But it's only 2 hours. Movies like that usually are like 2.5 hours. Which
I could have done another 10 minutes maybe, but that's about it.
And then I would have started vomiting.
Yeah.
Too long.
I'm saying the movie's kind of bullshit though. I've literally popped holes in this fucking story everywhere we go.
Oh my god. Well, that's the thing with a movie like this. That stuff doesn't actually. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's not the things that resonate with the movie, like,
It's just like all the old school stories. It's just an allegory, right? It's just
actually, one thing I will say in closing that I noticed on the second time I watched it is how closely it actually follows like kind of the traditional hero's journey arc.
Yep. That's what I was thinking watching. I was like, this has got a really old school vibe as far as the hero.
Yeah, even to the point where he has like an old mentor that falls by the wayside, then he has to journey on his own, and then he has to prove himself to a group, then he has to kind of take control, then he has to lose everything again.
Yep.
Before he gets to this his goal there. But yeah, watch Ad Astra. Trust me, you're gonna cry. I don't know if I squared a tear in this. I thought I might squirt a tear from some. Maybe in the theater I did. Me and this other guy, this creepy dude sitting next to me, who the fuck buys tickets? Okay, let me just say this: who the fuck buys tickets? Because it's all assigned seating now. Okay, I bought my ticket like a day early. Nobody was sitting next to me. Some guy buys a fucking ticket one chair away from me. I say, motherfucker, you lost. You don't get to sit here. Like this whole theater is just like 4 of us in here. Spread it out, buddy.
Yeah. Well, maybe he wanted to just not be alone. Maybe you should listen to Brad Pitt and embrace the, the souls around you.
That's true. Yeah. Well, we could have cried together, but like, my father died too. I'm like, oh, no way, mine did too. Kind of abandoned me too.
Yeah.
Anyways, go watch Ad Astra again.